Good morning, everyone. I am Niranjana, Assistant Professor, Department of English from Auxilium College of Arts and Science. Today I am going to take the topic from second year MA syllabus Literary Theory Structuralism. Structuralism is a literary movement was started at 20th century, inaugurated by Claude Lévi-Strauss in 1950, who was a famous anthropologist. He was a French person who inaugurated this structuralism. Afterwards, the father of structuralism, called Ferdinand de Saussure, takes this structuralism into another level. Structuralism holds some human activities and it has symbols for communication in a language. According to Ferdinand de Saussure, language was considered into signs and symbols. So, structuralism is a form of criticism in language, denotes structural laws coexistence with the changes. So, structures are nothing but symbols and signs in a language. So, it focuses on nature of the diachronic mode. It has two components like signifier and signified. A symbol or sign has two parts. One is signifier and another one is signified. A sign is a thing which comes from the human brain to denote a particular thing. Here, a car. A car is a word, C-A-R, car is a word called signifier to signify the object or metallic machine. Here, red colored object. In this picture, we have seen a car is a signifier and it signified an object like that. A vehicle, a four-wheeler vehicle. Here, pear is a fruit. The concept is the yellow colored or a green colored fruit, but the signifier is a word PEAR, is a word contained to specify the specified fruit pear. So, fundamental elements of structuralism is arbitrary, relational, and systematic. Some of the examples are given here. Dog, a pet animal, is a pet animal. We have so many on cat, dog, parrot, or some other thing. But particularly a dog, we have to refer a word DOG. It is a signifier to signify the animal who which was four legs. So, in another concept, Saussure said language and parallel. Language can be studied and parallel cannot be studied. Here, language is a refined one. It is an homogeneous subject. It is a rules and syntax of grammar. But parallel is the usage of the language in some other places. It is heterogeneous one. So, language is a language which was speak of from community, but parallel is a individual speaks. How a person individually pronounce or speaks a word is parallel, and a community or a group of people how to treat the language is called as language. Characteristics of structuralism. Here the basic perception is to the text construct the meaning. Claude Lévi-Strauss, psychoanalyst, tells about the structural anthropology, and Roman Jacobson, Jacques Lacan are the fundamental theorists who proposed this term structuralism into another levels. The book of the four fundamental concepts of psychoanalysis written by Jacques Lacan and the course of general linguistics written by Ferdinand de Saussure gives a point of structuralism and its detailed view. Michael Foucault, a philosopher who also gives his contribution to this term structuralism. Afterwards, post-structuralism arises. Post-structuralism was arisen at 1960s. It is a variety of another part of structuralism. So it is totally contrast to the structuralism, but comes from the structuralism. In post-structuralism, there is a difference between structuralism and post-structuralism, or a sign must be single in structuralism, but post-structuralism says that signs must be not single. It is different from place to place, or usage to one person to another person. Here, scholars in both movements, both post-structuralists like Jane Baudrillard, Jacques Lacan, Judith Butler, Julia Kristeva, Gilles Desouza, Michael Foucault, Jacques Derrida. So these are all the few post-structuralists. Structure, sign and play is in the discourse of human sciences. Post-structuralism have the major themes in itself. Here, postmodernism sometimes used to place interchangeably with post-structural hierarchy. The only way to properly understand these meanings to deconstruct the assumptions, like a knowledge system was to be deconstructed in this particular post-structuralism. Roland Barthes said here a meta-language. Meta-language refers, it is in this slide we have seen the picture of apple, but the apple is not only in a red color fruit, it might be a golden or green apple, whatever it is, the sign may be changed from one thing to another thing. So the signifier is not a stable one, and signifier, both signifier and signified are changeable from time to time and usage of one person to another person. Some key assumptions of structuralism are given here. The author's intended meaning is secondary meaning when reader perceives it. So it is a key note of post-structuralism. The text has no single purpose or meaning or existence. When the reader's perspective, it will be changed from one reader to another reader. So post-structuralism proposes that theory, signs and symbols are not to be stable, they are changeable one. Reading a text and discourse, Michael Foucault said that central subject of analytical concern. Foucault considers discourse to be analyzed as totally anonymous one. So here the another topic, deconstruction, centers and margins. Centers here refers important things are to be in the center, and margins are refers to the marginalized and the outward from center way. Four concepts of meaning here said: idealistic, humanistic, structuralistic, post-structuralistic and deconstruction. So idealistic is the God is the origin of center, guardianator of meaning. But humanistic is the self is the source of meaning, which expressed intentionally through language. Structuralist said structure is a center of signifying system as an impersonal force, but post-structuralist or deconstructionist said dissents all meaning making systems exposes show given system possess a center form which even it's everything. Sure, language system is solve difference without positive terms, but structuralism deconstruction observes that Saussure's account of language all signifying terms. Binary oppositions here refers a man would be identified by women. Perfect binary oppositions are used to identify a term or language. The animal was identified by a different gender or genres. Like the deconstruction and post-structuralism has the same point in itself. Deconstruction is not dismantling of the structure of text, but demonstration that it has really dismantled itself. Deconstructive method here refers focus on binary opposition of a text. Likewise, then and then, free play, hierarchical, or unstable multitude meanings. Some things are more privileged and some things are suppressed and devalued. So, God is more privileged and human is afterwards or downwards towards God. Model or origin is a original thing, but copy is another way to copying others' text or knowledge. Center is a central and unique part, but margin is the so many.
A very tiny one. Please read it.
Derrida insists that difference is neither a concept nor a word. Like all science rule, both differences and deferred presence. Like it's a concept or word to be deconstructed and to be changeable one. So these are all the concepts in structuralism, post-structuralism, and deconstruction in literary theory. Thank you.